Hey y'all, I'm back. A long time no talk, no video. Yeah. So took a job. It's a okay company. It's good. They treated me okay at the start. Just a lot of big mess. Nothing really set up that well. I won't disclose what the company is just in case. But generally pretty good. Of course, I get an offer right when I start to make a video. Hold up, I'm back. But yeah, of course I get an offer. I want to talk about the company or whatever. It was a good one. Just being back in the work, it's like a regular job. It's a lot. Might sound wimpy or whatever, but I mean, it's a lot of stress, I guess, and maybe it was a job I picked. But they really try and get everything out of you. They really do. And I've just been calling out because I haven't been feeling well. The stress eventually got to me, gained a little bit of weight, stuff like that, and generally, your immune system starts to take a hit because I work hard. When I'm in a place, I keep going, and they don't really see that as a red flag, at least until the side effects start happening, where I start getting angry or I start getting ill, and then they just see you as, that now you're not performing like you used to, and they think you want to leave, and then you think they're gonna fire you, and then it's this whole back and forth thing. It's just a big mess. I don't know. So anyway, I'm doing delivery again today. I don't know. Might do this for a minute while I look for another job. I guess this video I just want to talk about like work, regular jobs, and how it seems like no matter what you pick, you're still stuck. We're all seemingly stuck unless you know somebody who can get you out of a situation, or you're just going to be working your dead-end jobs forever. At least it's super consistent. I was making like around 25 an hour doing that work. So it's a decently good job for where I live. But yeah, just ultimately, it's just too much of a mess. They're a pretty good up and starting company, local, and they're making some good moves. It's just a mess, and I tried to help them out and stuff like that. I've been training people, hiring people. I've been doing it all because they need someone who can do that, and I can do it. But that seems like taking its toll, and then you make a mistake, or you don't do something exactly how they would have done it. And then you kind of start getting the axe. You can start to see like, they start to hire some other people. Another guy I trained just got fired today. He seemed okay, but not to them. So pretty picky, but I guess you have to be if you're doing your own business. I got an offer. Hold on. But yeah, I think you have to be picky when you're doing your own business, of course, right? Like, so I don't know. I did that for 6 months. It was okay. Got my savings back up, so that's kind of nice with the consistency. So definitely better than delivery as far as that goes, at least in my market. My market's not great. I'm not sure how things are going these days as far as how these apps are going with stability. They're probably gotten worse, probably gotten mostly worse. That was the trend before I left, so just kind of assume it's not gotten any better. But yeah, that's so I might be going back to this for a little bit. They let go of that guy that I was training or whatever. He was a cool guy, a nice kid, kind of young, but he was nice. He just couldn't get some of the technical stuff down, unfortunately. Didn't really remember a lot of things I told him, and I told him to take notes too, but so I guess I understand. I don't know. I'm doing a lot of stuff here. Like, a lot of people, they had me at the store manager, and now I'm at there's a production facility, and now I'm there doing like more logistical stuff, and like basically making sure that orders are correct and customers are not forgotten about. I'd say it's pretty much logistics, as far as whatever that means. I do whatever the heck they want me to do, which makes me valuable, but also it drives me crazy because I don't know where I stand with them, or if I'm doing a good job, and it's like I try and get some feedback, and then they give me negative feedback, and it's like, well, I don't understand. Like I'm getting like, oh wow, you're doing great, you're doing awesome, and then like, oh, I don't feel like things are getting better. It's like, what? Okay, they definitely are. And I don't think they really understand that it's kind of insulting to say that when I feel like I'm working so hard to make things better. But I don't know, I shouldn't be working so hard. My last videos, I swear, I talked about this. This is exactly what I didn't want. Going into a job that is just demanding requirements, just crazy, like push, this needs to be your life, this company needs to be your life. And it was like, I guess I went in, I don't know, I guess I changed when they paid me okay. And they were, things were nice at first. Now things are kind of getting a little bit sour, as that happens, that's what happens when you kind of start to revolt or express your dislikes, and they just like, well, we'll just replace you, it's like, that's why you ultimately shouldn't work too hard at a job, or like create all these systems like I did, or create like or even suggestions. That's why you shouldn't do that. It's because they're just gonna get rid of you. They might not, but the odds are pretty good, especially when they made promises at the beginning, and of course 6 months down the line they're like, what promises, what are you talking about? I'm just like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. So big lie, unfortunately, or they just don't remember. Basically they said that, oh, we need someone who can take care of all this stuff, do all this, and I tried my best, and of course I knew right then and there that this is sketchy. Like, there's no way you can find one person to do all this stuff. There's just no way. And so they give you an impossible task. No one can do it. No one. And then when you inevitably fail, but you make some progress for them along the way because you're trying, then they'll just get rid of you. And they're like, well, you didn't do the impossible task that we gave you. And I'm not sure if they were trying to do this. It seems like a good, solid tactic to me. I mean, I guess if I were a business owner, I would have thought of something like that as well. It's pretty shady, but I know it happens a lot. Some of these smaller, unfortunately, some of the smaller ones, I think it's what they have to do to survive. They kind of have to manipulate people. And even my girlfriend, she worked for one for 6 years. I worked for one no, it was longer than 6 years. I worked for one for 6 years. She worked for one for way longer. And both times it's like we just stayed at a shitty wage for years, and they just kept selling us a dream. Don't fall for the dream. It's not gonna happen. They are gonna use you until you burn out and hate the place, and then they are going to reject you, and they're gonna turn everyone against you. That's just what's gonna happen. That's just my experience with working, man. And I talked with Malachi, oh shit, shouldn't have said his name, sorry. Well, whatever. About that, and yeah, he's just young, and so I told him just kind of like what's going on, like what's probably going to happen. And it's like, and I made no, I pretty much, we talked about, both of us just being prepared because they're probably going to toss us out soon. That's just how it goes. So it's just how it goes, unfortunately. And the only way to get a raise these days seems to be just switching your careers anyway. As if a career is a reality anymore. But yeah, the only way to really get a raise these days is to just switch jobs and just sell yourself like hell to the next person and make them believe that you deserve more. Or don't even tell them what you made in your last job and say, or lie, just friggin' lie. They lie to you. They lie to us all the time. These companies, they just lie. Just like what happened to me. It's just business. If you're not, no one else is going to negotiate for you. They want to pay you as little as possible. Little. I negotiated hard for my wage. So that's how I got it. And so that's what I'm hoping to do in the future. I'm getting to a high traffic area. I'm probably gonna turn off the camera. I don't want no cops seeing me. All right, I'll be back. Hey y'all, I'm back. Different day. It's the next week on a Tuesday. Just driving to my grandma's right now. Just gonna go hang out with her for a bit. She's getting up there in age, so gotta go visit them. That's how it goes. Yeah, so today, yesterday I put in my 2 weeks at that job. Nightmare place. Just kind of was like, man, I am dreading going into this place. I'm like, I don't want to be here anymore. I'm just, even if it was a good place, I am just sabotaging it at this point because of all my complaining and, not complaining, I'm trying to make the people that are replacing me, that they hired, I'm talking to them too negatively about the place because I don't want any more people to be lied to and tricked. For example, they hired 3 people for the same position, which was customer service director. They hired 3 people for a director position. Sounds pretty messed up, right? If you're wondering, like, well, it doesn't sound too bad. It's like, yeah, it's pretty bad. Basically, I guess it's probably them trying to hedge their bets and be like, well, we'll just start hiring more at a time and hedge our bets. You know what I'm saying? So we're more likely to get one that actually sticks around. Well, guess what? One of them has already put in their 2 weeks. Understandably, he got some job at Avista as a sales call center lead or whatever. And I when he told me that was in the second week of him working. And when he told me that, I said, man, that sounds like a sweet deal, and it sounds like a sure thing. Because working here, I don't even know what your position is, man. Obviously, so his cogs are probably running in his brain, like, we all got hired for the same thing. Something's not right here. So anyway, it's a stupid move on their part, on the company's part. So dumb. And then another guy I saw today, most of the last day, I went to the store first, which they wanted me to go to a different building, which was the one they were in, so they could, just let me go early, which is fine. The other guy who's working at the store has told me, I don't want to run the store. I don't want to do it. I was hired for customer service director, not to run a storefront. So he's probably going to quit. And I'm talking to that guy because he's a cool guy. I don't want him getting burned and used like I was and the guy before me was. And these companies, they need to learn that they're shitting on people. They don't give a shit. And this seems to be their idea to get ahead, is just to use people. And it's messed up. It's messed up. There has to be another way. They'll once you do one thing wrong, they stop talking to you. Anyway, I'm getting into it. And my last part of the video, I already talked about that. But yeah, and then I get to the production building that they're at, and I drop off some boots because just figured one last nice gesture, deliver some boots from the store to the. No, I shouldn't have said that. I'll skip that. Sorry, I had to cut that out. Okay. Sorry, I had to cut that last part out. I gave out some information that I shouldn't have given out. Anyway, I go to the production building, and I talked to the shipping guy, and he's saying, yeah, he's about ready to quit too. He says he can't take it. And there's 2 people in shipping, and it's a girl and it's a guy, and the girl is not showing up as much anymore, so she's probably going to be done. And then they've been talking back and forth, like, man, I want to get the hell out of here. And so anyway, they're probably going to bounce as well. And so basically they're going to be out like 4 people pretty soon, I'm assuming. And I was doing good work there. They just decided to not treat you well, and it's shitty. So I don't know. Yeah, jobs, man, I don't know. You got to use them for what they are. Use them, get all you can out of them, because that's what they're doing to you. If you're not doing that, then you're just getting used, and you might not see it that way because the company has you in some sort of manipulative grip or whatever, making you believe that what you're doing is important or whatever. But oh yeah, it's real important. Getting the boss their next new mansion or the next solid gold swimming pool or whatever. That's all you're getting them. So that's all you're getting them. Oh yeah, you're really creating a difference here. That's why I only pay you $13 an hour. that's seriously my girlfriend's her last small business that she worked for. Yeah, they kept her at the same shitty wage, and they just fucking manipulated the shit out of her. It's so terrible. And the same thing happened to me for 6 years, which I already said before. Gave me a $2 raise 2 months into working there, and then not another raise for 6 more years. No. Only some cost of living ones, and they were very slight, slight increases. But yeah, God, yeah. I mean, do all you can. Use them as a stepping stone. Whenever you're trying to look for a next job, make sure you get that job title. You know what I'm saying? You get that job title, because then it can make you into higher paying positions. So I was store manager, and then I kind of did operations, and then I asked, hey, what's my job title? And he's like, well, sales director, I guess. And so that's what I'm using. I did pretty much everything, you know. So sure, man, I can do it all. It doesn't really matter. And so I'm using that. And there's a job coming up Wednesday. I'm gonna get a interview, and I think it's silly. It's with Panda Express, but it's like it's a higher up kind of thing. It's paying like 80 to 100K a year, I think. So I'm gonna try for that. It's probably gonna be hell and stressful, but shit, worth a try, you know. Maybe their culture is okay. I know they pay their workers pretty decently, even at the lower levels, so it won't be too bad. We'll see though. I interview tomorrow with them, so should be good. But yeah, so I don't know what else to say really. It's just it's crazy. Looks like it's about to storm out, so if I think of something else, I'll add it to this one. But yeah, I'll be back.